Hi, this is Christine, Venus Astrology, here with your daily astrology delivery. So, if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll see that I've just posted last night about the sun moving into Cancer. So the sun has moved into Cancer for the next 30 days. So when the sun's in Cancer, so the sun is lighting up, illuminating, shining a light on an area of our lives, depending on where Cancer falls in our chart. So it's all personal for us, but collectively the energy affects us still because the sun is our energy source, it's our vitality. So the sun in Cancer, it's more of a restful energy, it's a more of a reflective energy. So it's a time when we might want to spend more time at home or with family or nurturing or caring for ourselves and others and those we love and care about. It's an energy where we need to have that safe space, create that safe space, somewhere where we can go. And it's like the crab. So Cancer has a hard shell, so they're hard on the outside, but they're soft on the inside. And they have that hard shell because they are so sensitive, they need to retreat into that shell to protect themselves sometimes. So it's a very protective sign too. So we can feel more of that energy over the next 30 days, where we can feel more protected. We can feel more like the caretaker, the mother. We can feel more compassionate, nurturing, sensitive to our environment, to those people in our environment, and to our home and our family, our roots, our heritage, all of those things. Intuition can be more heightened because it's more intuitive energy as well. We can be more emotionally driven, more creative as well. It's a water sign, so it can be creative and really compassionate as well. It's a cardinal sign, though, too, so it can be very much about, and that's why it's like the caretaker and person that looks after the home and the family, because it's an action-driven sign. It wants to make sure everything's done. But there's other side of Cancer, is it can be moody, manipulative, defensive, needy and controlling, because it wants to make sure that it creates that safe space and it protects itself and everyone around them. And it's from a love perspective, but it can be overwhelming for the other person involved that's not the Cancer sign, or not experiencing that energy, the person who's most experiencing that energy. So it's very much about self-care and self-love as well, so making sure that we spend that time looking after ourselves and having that safe space where we can go to retreat and care and rest and reflect and all of those things. So today we have the moon in Aries. So moon in Aries is a fiery moon. It's more our emotions can be more reactive, our feelings are more reactive, we are more driven by emotions. So we're emotionally driven by the sun in Cancer, and then we have this moon in Aries, which is emotionally driving us as well. It can fire us up, and we can be more reactive and get into fights and arguments, and but also we can be more courageous with our emotions and feelings and say it how it is and say what we're feeling and tell it how it is, and we can step up and be more of a leader for ourselves and how we feel deep down and internally. So the moon today, moving through Aries, we'll see this, it'll conjunct there with Chiron. So Chiron, the wounded healer, our deepest wounds that we carry throughout life, or we experience wounding constantly through life of the same similar subject, area of life, whatever it is, depending where Chiron falls in our chart, in our life. But this is collectively affecting us all. So the moon, again, in Aries, is going to trigger that. So where we can feel the wounds come up about our feelings and emotions and what we want, what we desire, what we want to go after, our identity, who we are, what we're about, what we're driving towards, what we're passionate about. Those things, the wounds around that can come up to be healed. It's very much a healing energy, healing those wounds, bringing them to the surface to be healed, or helping us to feel and tune into them or experience things. Like with the moon too, can bring experiences with women into our lives, or the mother can get involved, or so it could be mother wounds as well, something like that comes up for us that gets triggered or needs to be healed. And then the moon will meet with Mars too. Let's just go, whoops, move the chart forward. A couple of hours just to see where the moon goes. So what are we looking at? That's tomorrow. So tomorrow the moon will be in early tomorrow morning, 21 degrees. So it'll be more early. So in the next sort of 20 hours or whatever, that moon will meet with Mars there. So moon and Mars together, which again is going to trigger that Mars Aries emotional energy of going after what we want, being driven, and emotionally more reactive in that as well. Fighting for what we want and what we need and what we desire, and all that can be a theme, I guess. Speaking up about our emotions, our feelings more harshly, and sort of just not thinking about the consequences maybe. Aries energy is very much a reactive energy where it'll say things or do things and then later on can be in regret because it just happens so fast, because the fiery energy builds up and there's no thinking, it's just doing. Okay, so the moon is currently in a sextile with Mercury, so that's nice. So we can have some intuitive downloads that come through, like through our intuition, through our feelings, through our emotions. We can feel more tapped into our thoughts and our feelings and being able to process those together. We can have some nice conversations, whether it's like around the mother or with women, or about our emotions and feelings. We're able to communicate them more easily, to speak and write about them. Maybe journaling's a really good thing to do too. It can bring to some nice pleasurable conversations that help us to feel emotionally content with that energy, or give us some kind of information or feedback or something that's positive or helpful or inspiring in some way, especially because it's moon in Aries, can be inspiring and help us to get moving and get going. Some information, some idea or something that triggers that energy so that we can do something or move forward in some way. What else is going on with the moon? We've got... That's about it by the looks of it for the day with the moon. Hope I'm not missing anything. Yeah. Okay, so we have also today, let me just reset this chart, make sure we're right. Back to where we are, yep. Okay, so today we also have, as I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me post about it. So we've got Venus, where is Venus at the moment? Where's Taurus? Okay, so we've got Venus here, and she's in a trine with Pluto. So she's moved over that trine now, so we would have been already feeling that intensity of that. She's moving away from that trine over the next few days now, but that is a chance to go deep and be truthful and honest with ourselves and what we want to, what we need and what we want to feel truly loved. So that trine, it's an earth energy, so it's more grounded, so we can really tap into the deep truths of how we feel. It's Venusian energy, so it's all about what makes what helps us to, what the love we receive and give. So it's helping us to tap into that love, helping us to tap into our values, what we value. So getting truthful and honest about what we value, helping us to step into our power of the honesty and truth of what we want, what that Venusian energy needs to feel pleasurable, to feel feminine, to feel feel most valued, to feel secure, all of those things basically. And being honest and truthful about our relationships and how we feel about our relationships and love as well. There's a big part of, with Pluto, truth and honesty. It's also very transformative, so it's helping us to transform those things in our lives, our values, our relationships, and to heal any trauma around anything to do with control and power and sex and your power struggles or power dynamics and things that are out of balance in that sort of sense. So Pluto brings transformation and change. It helps us to go deep and get to the honest truth of things. It's a destructive energy, so it can destroy things. But with that trine, it's a nice energy, so it's just helping us to get more to the truth of things and to be more honest with ourselves and others. So the Sun and Cancer, we talked about that. So we can use our emotional energy to drive us forward, and a great month for self-care and taking action on making our environment more nurturing. So that was the Sun and Cancer. I'm just reading from my post at what I posted about too, so that I don't miss anything. So Venus, yes, Venus is at though. So tomorrow Venus will go into Gemini. So Venus is getting towards that 29th degree too, where she's the most intense in that Taurus sign. And that's like the most intense energy of Taurus and Venus in that sign and that energy, because the ruler of Taurus is Venus. So she's in her home sign and she's going to be at the 29th degree, the most strong, most intense part of that energy that we experience through the signs, the 29th degree, the last degree when we're completing and finishing that energy. So she'll be there, we'll be able to tap into those Venusian energies to the extreme. Basically, they'll be on the extreme, so it's like we'll be we'll be very much tuned into how, our love and indulging in our senses and how we feel when it comes to our relationships and love and value and money. Money's a big thing too. So also with that Pluto energy, helping us to transform anything to do with finances and money and our possessions as well. So coming to the truth about those things, helping us to transform, to change, can be anything to do with like helping us get more in control about those things, and more in our power as well. Okay, so that's it for today. I think that will do for this video. So Venus is still in that sextile with Neptune too, so we're still a bit dreamy and helping us to have the pleasure and experience like the pleasurable things and all that with that energy there. But it also means there's still that square too with Saturn. She's still in. She hasn't left that yet quite. Depends if you're going by 3 degrees or 6 degrees or whatever, but you could still be feeling that where we need to be serious about our values, our love, our relationships, but we're also not seeing things necessarily as clearly because we're a bit dreamy and off at the fairies and all romantic and thinking things are amazing and so wonderful and indulgent and whatever, but they might not necessarily be. We could be not seeing things quite as they are when it comes to love, finances, money, relationships, because we're in a dreamily pleasurable area. Okay, as I said, I think that'll do for the day. Take care. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, all of the stuff, and I'll see you for tomorrow's video. Take care.